So Doug, we'll start off by talking about Leicester. Town were unlucky last week. They fought back from 2 goals down, but were beaten with a goal right at the death.
Yeah, I mean, a good performance really. Obviously, Leicester are a strong team as we expected they would be. They've got a big squad, a lot of experienced players, just having come down from the Championship, and showed what they're about by taking a 2-goal lead. And at that stage, I think a lot of people thought that Town might crumble and it might end up about 3 or 4. But it was a really good fight back. Gained a bit of momentum. Gary Roberts scored and Liam Dickinson, the on loan Derby player. And at that stage, 2-2, it looked like Town might push on and win, but unfortunately got caught out by a last-minute goal. A bit of a fluky goal, really. The striker, Dyer, hit it and it looped up over Matt Glennon. It looked like a perfectly executed chip, but I don't think he really meant it like that. So unlucky, really. I think on balance, a draw would have been a fair result.
And then things didn't get much better against Darlington in the Johnston Paint Trophy on Tuesday.
And the same again, really. The manager made 10 changes. Ironically, Gary Roberts was the only person who survived from Saturday's starting lineup and ended up getting sent off, which anybody who's seen him will find as a surprise, because he's certainly not a malicious player. He's not an aggressive player. He's more of a creative type. A harsh sending off, really. And you'd have to say that the game did swing on the sending off. It gave Darlington a lift. They scored a minute before half time to go 1-up. And Town made a decent fist of it in the second half. They had a real good go at them with 10 men. It was hard to tell that they were a man down, really. Created 2 or 3 good chances. Andy Butler hit the bar. Could easily have forced their way back into it. So given the fact that it was a much changed team, really a lot of the players hadn't played next to each other for quite a while. I think there were some positives in the performance. Disappointing to lose, really, because it's obviously a realistic chance of getting to Wembley in that competition.
And was there anybody who stood out in particular?
Well, Alex Smithies played, the young goalkeeper. He's 18, England youth goalkeeper. The only time he's been in the first team previously was, people remember, at Leeds last season. Matt Glennon was serving a 1-match suspension and Smithies came in. Not many more sort of intimidating places to make your debut, really, than Ellen Road in front of a full house. Town obviously got heavily beaten and he wasn't really that much at fault, but he survived that experience, and in the long run that might do him good. And he certainly looked a very competent keeper on Tuesday. A little bit unlucky with the goal, and he made a couple of good saves as well. So very encouraging, yeah.
And this weekend, Town have got Swindon away. It's 17th v 18th. Bit early in the season to be calling it a relegation dogfight.
I mean, both teams will obviously be looking up the table rather than down at this stage of the season. I mean, a fifth of the season gone basically. They've both got 9 points from 9 games. Both of them will be looking to this game to give themselves a platform to build for the rest of the season and really try and kick into a little run. Swindon have got a particularly bad home record, which always is a little bit worrying, because obviously that's going to end at some stage. But they've lost 4 in a row at home in all competitions. Town have got to go and try and make it 5 defeats for them. Really, it's vital that they start to get those wins.